Hello friends, welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you're new. My name is Kayla and today we are talking about my favorite show of all time, Gilmore Girls. Hey guys, today, like I said, we are talking about the fan favorite show that defined the 2000s for me, Gilmore Girls. Lorelai and Rory Gilmore are actually very similar to sort of my mom and I's relationship. She's my best friend, my ride or die. I can go to her with anything. We also just have random outings, just the two of us, and just hang out and chill, and I really just don't know what I'd do without her. And so the show is obviously very important to me. The first episode aired in 2000 and it ran for 7 seasons, with the last season being a bit controversial because the original showrunner, Amy Sherman-Palladino, left the project and was no longer there for the last season because of creative differences. So I heard from a few of my friends who are also Gilmore Girls fans that they don't count season 7 as canon. I don't mind it. I don't love how they handled the Logan situation, but that's neither here nor there. And then of course there was the revival, or like the reboot, a couple of years ago. They did Gilmore Girls: A Year in a Life, and that also received mixed reviews. I at first didn't love it, and now I've seen it about 5 times all the way through, and the more I watch it, the more I enjoy it, though I certainly think that they did a disservice to Rory's character. Now, the meandering around and not sort of having that feeling of direction for your life, very relatable.
I could have been a contender.
I, in fact, feel like this most of the time. Since I graduated college, this is basically how I felt. So I very much can understand where she's coming from in that regard. The whole Paul situation, don't love it. The whole Logan situation, don't love it. But I'd love to know what you guys think about the revival down below. Anyway, all of that is to say, today I'm styling outfits for you guys. I think I put together 6 outfits, if I remember correctly, that are based on different characters from the show. So we have 2 Lorelai, 2 Rory outfits. Then we also have a Luke Danes look, which is Luke, and then we also have a Lane Kim look. I would love to do a second part of this. There are so many characters in this show. I would love to do an Emily Gilmore look. I'd love to do a Jess look maybe, or a Suki look, which I did consider doing in this part, but I just didn't have any pieces. For this video, I didn't buy anything new. Everything that I used to style all of the outfits were things that I already had either in my closet or in my parents' closet. So I did borrow a pair of cargo pants from my dad and a button-up blouse from my mom. So really, I'm just sort of using what I have, and I really encourage you guys to do this too. Just sort of play around with your clothes, see if you can make looks that feel similar. They don't have to be exact. In fact, most of the outfits you're going to see today are not exactly the same. So that's sort of just the beauty of fashion, I feel like, is just sort of playing around with it, using what you have to create a sort of feeling or to mimic a similar style without it having to be exact. Anyway, now without further ado, let's jump into the Gilmore Girls inspired outfits. Okay, friends, so before I jump into the outfit details for Lorelai's look, I do just want to say one thing that I really love about Lorelai's style is she's adventurous with it, and she also often mixes more casual pieces with work pieces. So like, for example, in this outfit, she has on a more formal button-up shirt she could wear to work, but then she would pair it with a jean skirt. I really love how she juxtaposes casual and workwear together. Now, moving into the specifics of this outfit, we are going to start at the bottom of this look. Of course, I have on some black boots. These are actually my over-the-knee boots. I featured them in last week's video as well. These are originally from Target, and they are in fact over-the-knee boots, but I did go ahead and fold them over, and actually I really like them like this. They feel so comfortable this way. But yes, I did buy these at the end of the season last year at Target. You should be able to find them still if they are something you are interested in, and they do go over the knee. Moving on up a little further, I have on this denim pencil skirt. Now, I think Lorelai would go for probably something slightly longer with this kind of look, This just happened to be the only denim skirt that I owned. She would also, if you wanted to go full workwear, she would grab a pencil skirt that hits just at or below the knee, and she would pair that with it. A black pencil skirt I think would be definitely something she would wear with this look here. This skirt I just picked up at the Goodwill a few months back, and it is just such a staple of my wardrobe. Moving up, I have on this really fun, I believe it's silk button-up top. This is from my mom's wardrobe. It is a slight bit small around the boob area, so I did end up leaving it pretty far unbuttoned because I just literally couldn't button it any further. But Lorelai would probably not be opposed to that. I think a lot of the outfits she wears, she does leave quite a few buttons unbuttoned on the top of her shirts, but she always does have, especially in a work environment, some sort of tank top underneath or camisole, which is what I'm doing here. I have a black sweetheart neckline camisole because it's the only black one I had, and I wanted to match the rest of the look well. I do think that this print is really fun. This is honestly probably from the 2000s or 90s. My mom has some really great clothes from those eras, and I feel like this is absolutely a top that Lorelai would wear. For my hair, I just threw it in half up, half down. Lorelai definitely does this quite often. She also often uses claw clips or other types of like butterfly clips because she really likes to play with the youthfulness in fashion as well. And then for accessories, I just have a little baguette bag, which she is famous for having, and then some gold hoop earrings that I got on Etsy. I also, of course, have a paper coffee cup because are you even Lorelai Gilmore if you're not holding a cup of coffee? And that is this look. I actually really love this look. I can definitely see myself wearing something like this in the future. I would definitely probably want to get a shirt that fits a bit better, but this ensemble as a whole is just so cute and I really do love it. Moving into a similar but different look, for this look we have a Rory look. Now I think the interesting thing about Lorelai and Rory is that while Lorelai is older, I think she really has embraced her youthfulness and plays with the sort of funky and out there eclectic fashion, and that's sort of, you know, a big part of her personality. She missed out on her childhood, and so as an adult she's very much living her childhood dreams, whereas Rory very much had like a childhood, and of course she and her mom struggled to make ends meet, but Rory was given the space to express herself and be sort of goofy and fun, but she's actually quite reserved and more serious than her mom is. All of that to say, I think you can really see that in their fashion as well. So for this look, we'll start from the bottom. Once again, we have some riding boots. I have these brown patent leather riding boots that I got at Payless before they went out of business, and they're actually just so nice. They are wide calf boots and they fit so well. I wish that I could find them for you online, because if you're a wide calf gal like me, then these ones are just to die for. They fit perfectly. And then underneath that, I have on a pair of black tights. Rory, in the inspiration picture I was looking at, is wearing a pair of tights, and she often does do this, especially they live in Connecticut. It gets quite cold in the fall and winter, so tights are a definite must-have. Now for the skirt and top situation, I was kind of playing around trying to find similar pieces, but they're definitely by no means exactly the same. So for the skirt part of this outfit, I just have on this pencil skirt that is a wrap skirt actually, and it's got that nice plaid, which Rory's skirt also does in the inspiration picture. Now this skirt was actually much longer than this, which is why there's some bulk around my waist. I folded the waistband over a few times to shorten the skirt a little bit because I wanted to sort of play with the short, youthful length that Rory's outfit has. I picked this skirt up at the Goodwill a few years ago now, and I honestly don't get that much wear out of it, but it is such a lovely skirt, and I would like to try to make a concerted effort to wear it a bit more. Moving up, I just have on this navy blue tank top. It's just the same color as the skirt. The 2000s was like the era of the long shirt. Now personally, if I were gonna wear this today, I would just tuck the shirt in. I think that would work better for me. I prefer a higher waisted bottom and a more cropped top, or in this instance, by tucking it in, you create that sort of cropped effect. So that's how I'd wear it today, but for the sake of the video and for the sake of trying to imitate Rory's Rory's style, I did just leave it sort of long line. Then over top of it, I just have on this faux leather jacket that I picked up at Target a few months ago. It is just so nice. I do wish that it was a redder tone as opposed to this sort of cooler brown color, and that it matched the boots a little bit more, but I still think it's a fun sort of contrast. For accessories, I kept it pretty simple, and I just kept on those gold hoops from before. And this is the first Rory look. Okay, so for the next two outfits, I want to show you guys how the costume designers used similar pieces to create outfits for Lorelai and Rory. So at first we have this Lorelai look here. This is actually my favorite look from the whole video. I love it so much. And this is one that she is wearing to a business meeting at Suki's house. So again, playing with that sort of business casual. On the bottom, I just have on my brown pointed toe boots. These are from Target. I get a lot of my shoes from Target. They're affordably priced, and I generally find them pretty comfortable. Then moving up, I have on just these pair of Lee jeans. I borrowed these from my mom. I did originally thrift them a few years ago, and then I gave them to my mom because I just don't wear jeans that often, so these are hers now. They're just a really great fitting pair of jeans. I will say I think that Lorelai would probably wear a slightly more structured and darker colored jean, and these ones are a bit light, and they're also a quite stretchy material. Moving up, I just love how this looks together. I have on my Liz Claiborne white collared button-up shirt, and I left the sleeve cuffs unbuttoned because it felt like a fun sort of funky thing that Lorelai might do, and I also feel like I've seen her do this in other outfits before as well. Then over top of it, I have on this brown suede jacket. I thrifted this jacket at the Goodwill, as well as the Liz Claiborne button-up several years ago now. And over top of the button-up, but underneath the jacket, I have on this green sweater vest. This sweater vest is from Burlington, actually, and this is a more recent purchase. I picked it up just a few weeks ago, and it is so fun, and this was actually my first time getting to style it, and I just love how it looks here. I didn't really put any accessories on for this outfit here, but you can pretty much bet that Lorelai would have some sort of big, chunky, very like 2000s bag, and maybe some interesting earrings. Now transitioning over to Rory's look that borrows a lot of the same pieces. As you can see, we have the green sweater vest and we have the jeans back again, but the outfits feel so different. This one feels a bit more casual, a bit more youthful even. So for this look, I just have on my white Converse. Rory wears a ton of Converse. She also wears Keds and things like that throughout the show, especially when she's in college. Of course, she's wearing saddle shoes when she's in high school, but especially when she's in college, she wears a ton of Converse and a ton of Keds and shoes like that. Then, of course, I have those same jeans on and the green sweater vest as well. And then underneath the sweater vest, this time, instead of pairing the button-up shirt, I just have on this black long sleeve. Now, Rory's is not a turtleneck. Mine is a turtleneck, but I think they do a really similar thing. I also threw in these green beaded earrings, and they reminded me of something that Liz might make, which is Luke's sister, and I thought that that was sort of a cute detail because maybe Rory went into Luke's diner one day, saw a pair of earrings she liked, and she picked them up. So as you can see, you can really make two very different outfits out of a lot of the same pieces, and I just love that the set designers did this with Lorelai and Rory, especially since they established really early on that they share clothes. Up next, we're talking about everybody's favorite best friend, Lane Kim. I love Lane. I think she's one of my favorite characters in the show, and her style is just so fun and interesting, and it's also like all over the place. She wears everything from more punk kinds of outfits to very sort of straight-laced kind of outfits, and of course a lot of that has to do with how strict her mother is. But for this look, as you can see, I have on my Converse, once again, just my white Converse. If I had some black Converse, I think that would have been cool too. Lane also wears boots from time to time, but on an average day, you can catch her wearing Converse or Keds similarly to Rory. For pants, I have on some cargo pants. Lane does wear tons of cargo pants throughout the show, and so I borrowed these ones from my dad, and I think that they work so well. Of course, they're not like the best fit because they're men's pants, and so they're not built the same way for somebody who has like a wider hips and a larger butt. With the pants, I just threw on this very 2000s belt that I purchased at Target when I did the Stranger Things video a few months back now. This is definitely a belt you could have caught Lane wearing. This is a belt you could have caught me wearing back in the 2000s. On the top half of this, I absolutely love what's going on up here. So I just have on this green long sleeve shirt. Lane is the queen of layering, in large part because she was hiding half of her identity, and she would have to have so many layers on so that when she would leave her house and her mom couldn't see what she was wearing anymore, she would take off whatever the outer layer was. But even when she wasn't doing that, again, Connecticut cold, so she often wore a lot of layers. So for this look, I have on this long sleeve green shirt, and then over top of it, I have an actual vintage Def Leppard shirt from 1987. My dad actually gave this to me. This was his from when he actually went to their tour in 1987. And of course, Lane is the queen of rock and roll, so I felt like a Def Leppard shirt would be a really cool option. As for my hair, Lane did like the very typical 2000s hairstyle that, again, catch me wearing this in the 2000s and 2010s as well, where she just clipped up the front bit on one side of her hair. So that is what I'm doing here, and that is the overall look here. I absolutely love this outfit so much, and I actually think I would wear this just probably with jeans instead of cargo pants. And finally, grumpy diner owner Luke Danes. Luke has a uniform. They even make fun of it when Jess moves in and starts working at the diner. He comes downstairs one day wearing exactly what Luke is wearing, and he was like, "Oh, I thought it was a uniform." And I just think it's so hilarious. Luke is obviously the flannel king, and he always has on a backwards baseball hat as well. So let's start from the bottom for this outfit here. First things first, I have on some white Adidas sneakers. If I had some black work boots or some chunky black sneakers, I think those would have worked really well too. Luke often had on some black dad shoes or black work boots, and so I think that would have worked really nicely, but I think a white sneaker works too. And then of course I have on those same jeans again. Moving up, I have on this red flannel. This is actually, I think, like a Ralph Lauren flannel or something that I thrifted in the men's section of Goodwill probably like 7 or 8 years ago. It is my go-to flannel. I love it so much. And underneath it, I just have on a blue tank top because Luke often wears undershirts underneath of his flannels. And then of course, you can't forget the baseball hat. Now, I imagine Luke is probably a Red Sox fan because Connecticut. I myself was born and raised in New York, and so I am a Yankees fan. So I just threw on my Yankees hat and threw it on backwards. Now, if I were, again, wearing this, me, myself, and I probably wouldn't wear it backwards, though I do kind of high-key like how it looks like quite a bit. But I would probably, in reality, wear it front-facing. But overall, that is this look. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. I'd love to know which of these outfits was your favorite, because there's such like a wide range of style in this video. I'm sure there's some outfits that you guys would not maybe wear. For me, I wouldn't probably wear the Lane Kim outfit in my normal everyday life, though I really love the top half of the outfit. I'm not like the biggest fan of cargo pants. If y'all have been around for a while, you would know I'm much more of a skirt and dresses gal. So cargo pants are kind of not really on my radar, but I do think that Lane's style is so freaking cool and that she's just the best friend we all need. But I do think my favorite outfit was Lorelai's outfit with the green sweater vest. I can see myself wearing that quite regularly. I might swap out the jeans for different kinds of pant. Or I would just maybe buy some darker wash jeans. I think that would look really good too. Though again, skirts and dresses gal, I don't really wear jeans very often. In fact, those were my mom's jeans. But anyway, I'd love to know your thoughts down below. Also, feel free to shoot off any sort of fan theories or whatever else you would like to discuss down below. I know Rory is kind of like a divisive character. Some people really don't like her, but for me personally, I see myself in her. I see myself in Paris Geller a little bit too, which is frightening, but it is the truth. But anyway, I love you guys so much. I hope you enjoyed. And again, if you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and comment down below your thoughts. Also, feel free to subscribe to the channel. I upload fashion-related content every single week, whether it's a thrifting video, a styling video, or some sort of aesthetic exploration type of video. You can also check me out on social media if you're interested. I'm pretty active over on Instagram and TikTok. And with that said, don't forget, it costs absolutely nothing to be kind, so be kind to yourself and others, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.